Hey guys, Jim here. I want to do something I haven't done in a while, and you guys are, if you've watched my channel long enough, are used to seeing this kind of array, and it usually means it's going to be a knife ramble video or a knives and wine video. Not really, but I am going to talk about things that are not directly related to the knives in front of me. That's why there's such a wide array of them, and I'm just bringing them out for eye candy so you have something to look at while I'm talking about other shit, trying to keep you distracted. And the second part of this video is going to be a little bit of a sneak peek of knives that you have not seen from my collection yet, that I have not had time to make videos on, some dating as far back as June from the Blade Show acquisitions. So, the main purpose of this video is to make you aware of a really great knife show that's coming up very soon. It's going to be September 18th through 20th, and it's going to be in Kansas City, Missouri. Now, the reason why I didn't make this video earlier is because next weekend is the big USN gathering. It's a great show, a lot of amazing people, a lot of amazing makers there. And a lot of times, especially for shows that we travel to, we really have to try to decide between which ones we're going to go to, and one may cancel out the other for various reasons. And I didn't want to make a video and say, hey, this is going to be an amazing show, and people go, well, Jim says that's going to be amazing, so I'm not going to go to the gathering this year. You know, I miss out seeing some great stuff or great friends or whatever there. So now the people that are going to go to the gathering, they're already booked, they're ready to go, and I think it's a safe time to make this and still give people some notice about this great show. Let me show this to you right here. This is what it is. And believe me, that is not an exaggeration where it says the world's best knife makers. We'll get to the knife maker list in a moment. Here it is, September 18th through 20th, 2015. And it's going to be at the Kansas City Marriott downtown in Kansas City, Missouri. What it is the ICCE, International Custom Cutlery Exposition. What makes this a big deal? The two largest factions in the knife industry, at least for the US, is going to be the Knife Makers Guild and the ABS, okay, which is the American Bladesmith Society. Now, these are two factions that have not always seen eye to eye on the industry, mainly because when you look at the ABS, and a lot of people don't know what the ABS represents, when you look at the ABS, if you guys have seen that new show that's on TV, I think it's on the History Channel or Discovery, I think it's History Channel, called Forged in Fire. Badass show, and you're watching people take innocuous objects like ball bearings and hammer heads and railroad spikes and shit, and standing there in front of you and forging that into a blade and creating a finished knife from it. Well, that's what the ABS is all about. It's about true forging. Sitting down and making something out of nothing. Whereas with the Guild, they're accepting the greatest makers that there are, but it's not based solely on you can forge your own steel. It could be stock removal process, you could be a full CNC guy, as long as you are extremely talented. The knives that you present for judging to be allowed into the Guild, that they are of a certain level that it is head and shoulders above other makers that are not in the Guild. You earn your place in both of those societies, whether it's the ABS or the Guild. And now for the first time, these two are coming together with the greatest makers in their ranks in one show under one roof. That's never happened before. So if you're looking for something ridiculous like my Reese Wieland large raster, something that's more in the art knife vein, you're going to find that there. If you're looking for something in a really great Damascus, in a nice tactical style flipper, you're going to find that there. If you're looking for a classic gentleman's folder, you're going to find that there. You're looking for trappers, bird and trout, you're looking for really great fixed blades, all of that's there. Every type of knife making will be represented. And I don't want you to think, oh, you know, this is, you know, these are all legacy makers. One thing I want you to keep in mind, there will be no flash in the pan makers there. You're not going to walk up to somebody at that show and look at them and go, oh, well, they're hot right now, but 5 years from now, nobody's going to remember the hell how this guy is. Where that could be everywhere at another show. The list that I'm about to show you are the legends, the ones that have set the course for this industry. that have taught all of these young bucks, if you want to call them that, how to do what they do. And they have set the pace and the tone for this industry over the last few decades. So you get a chance to meet somebody like Tony Bowes. I mean, just wrap your mind around that. Here's the other great thing. We're all used to going to shows where the majority of the knives that you're looking at, you're going to have an extreme degree of luck in order to be able to own. You're going to have to enter a lottery, or you're going to have to be involved in a high dollar auction. Well, they're obviously going to have some lottery and auction pieces there, don't get me wrong. But the majority of the knives that are going to be on display at that show, you got a fistful of cash, you're going home with a knife. Because there's going to be a tremendous amount of first come, first served knives sitting on those tables at that show. And honestly, isn't that why you're going to a damn show to begin with? It's great to go there and meet friends and make new friends and meet the makers and hear their stories. And Oglet knives will never be able to own. But at the end of the day, I want to go home with a fucking knife in my pocket. And it can be somewhat discouraging, especially for newer collectors, to go to a great big show and see all kinds of amazing things on display and not be able to own a single one of them because they didn't have the luck of the draw in a lottery, or they didn't have pockets deep enough to fight with somebody in an auction. So now you're going to get your chance. Let's take a quick look at the list of names. I'm not going to bother to try to read them all off because it's a huge friggin' list. But just take a look here and realize the caliber of maker. Ed Caffrey, there's one right there. I mean, holy shit. Wes Davis. By the way, there are going to be vendors here as well, so you're going to get a chance to meet up with some dealers and some parts suppliers. Let me just look at this, just soak it in. Jay Nielsen, for those of you who don't know, James Nielsen was one of the judges on Forged in Fire. He'll be there displaying some of his knives. I'm pretty sure those are going to sell out pretty quickly with his recent boost in popularity. I mean, holy shit, guys, look at this. Owen Wood. I mean, it just keeps going on and on and on. Bill Johnson, Gil Hibben. I mean, am I the only one here, but didn't you have pictures of Gil Hibben knives on your wall when you were a teenager? Didn't you lust after the Rambo 3 knife? Didn't you lust after, oh God, was it the Silver Dragon and Twin Dragon? Is that what he called those with that double dagger? He made some of the most amazing knives that there were. Crazy, fantastical, beautiful art knives. I mean, guys, just look at that friggin' list. And you're going to get a chance to come home with a knife made by some of these guys. That's what's so amazing. What I want you to do, if you want to go to the show, here's the deal. I think it's $10 at the door, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's $10 per day at the door, or you could buy a pass for $15 for all 3 days. But what I have... Yeah, I really need to invest in like a sound effects package and maybe some editing and maybe even a better camera. But I have a couple of these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a giveaway on my Instagram, which is at Jim Skelton TV, Skelton, just like it says, you know, up on my channel. Follow me on Instagram, and the next day or two I'm going to put up a little giveaway. And I have a number of passes here to give away so that you guys can get in for free. Hopefully you already live in the area and it's easy for you to get there. If not, hey, it's a little bit of traveling, but trust me, it's worth it. I'm going to be driving. I'm driving from friggin' Dallas, Texas. Of course, I just got the new car and I just kind of want to be in that for a while and be in my zone and enjoy a little road trip, but it's so worth it. I've already talked to a couple of the makers that are going to be there, and I am stoked. Holy crap, when you see the stuff that's going to be there. So make every effort if you can to be there, because you're going to get a chance to shake hands with some of the greatest makers in the industry. And like I said, you know, you're going to be able to actually buy knives. You're going to meet people that have influenced this entire new generation. A lot of what I have on my table right here that I chose to bring out here are younger, newer makers. And all of them, at some point in their career, has been influenced by the names on this card. And most of us would have never thought we could have ever met people like this, or we could have actually owned knives that they made. And walk up and go, hey, that's beautiful. Can I buy that? Well, yeah, sure. Holy shit. So make every effort that you can to be there. I'm going to be there. If you see me there, you know, call out to me, shake my hand. I want to meet you. I love meeting my followers and my subscribers and my friends in this community. You guys are so amazing and so wonderfully supportive. And I really, honestly, I cannot thank you enough for all that you've done for me in supporting my silly little YouTube channel here and Instagram and everything else that I've had a chance to do. It's been a lot of fun. And it's been a very humbling experience. To be allowed into some people's lives and into, you know, influence what they enjoy in their life. Let's talk about a couple of things, however, that you've not seen on my channel yet, starting with this little guy right here, because I just got this yesterday. Everybody, if you follow me on social media, you already know what that is. This is kind of where it started, though. This was an original design by Michael Gavick. You guys know him as Gavco. He created the Mako. And then what he did was he teamed up with Elliot and Chris Williamson over at Ferrum Forge Knife Works. And they did this collaboration piece based off of the Mako. This one, however, is a one-off. What we wanted to do, Elliot and myself, was to do kind of a Star Wars theme without being ridiculously hokey about it. And for those that don't get what that theme is, da-da-da. That's right, Boba Fett. This is what we've been calling the Mandalorian Mako. Inspired by what we would believe Boba Fett would have carried. Not necessarily like etching Boba Fett's helmet into the friggin', you know, handle or anything overly hokey like that. So, and by the way, this incredible aged brass bead was made by a gentleman named Nati, and I will put his link in the description down below. Let's see if we can get the camera to actually focus. There we go. Black Snow is the name of his company, and he does some really awesome custom beads. Natty, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, because he actually rushed this out to me when this knife got completed. So I basically had this the day of or the day after receiving that particular knife from Elliot. You guys remember the original Pretium that I got from Elliot. This was the one-off that he made with the complete custom blade, the only bolstered variation, lightning strike, all that kind of good stuff. And that was where we started to really see the ball roll with them. This is the newest. This was actually an auction piece that they did on their Instagram a few days ago. And when I saw it, as you can imagine, I went apeshit. The basic idea here was to give you a Darth Vader lightsaber theme. This is their model called the Mordax, which is generally just going to be a plain titanium knife. All of this extra work was done as a one-off on this piece. The darkening of the titanium here, the blued titanium in these disc cutouts here. They did the bluing only there. I mean, just look at the friggin' work that went into this thing. And the most important thing, the thing that everybody's been asking about since I got it, that blade. That is actually a red ceramic coating. So it has near diamond-like hardness. So no, I'm not really too worried about scratching it up. It's already been in the pocket. The day and a half that I've owned it has not come out. And this will be a very common carry for me. And I'm not worried about using it because, again, that is near diamond-like hardness and a full-on ceramic coating. Very slick, very cool. So a lot of guys have been asking about this on my Instagram since I started posting it when I got it yesterday. So there you got a chance to see it very quickly. And yes, there will be a video on that. Another new acquisition. I've only had this about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. You guys know I'm a big fan of the Sigil. And yes, that's how it's pronounced. It's not Sigil, it is Sigil. This is the collaboration piece between Tony Marfione and Derek Monroe. An impressive engraving done by Mitch Machete? Is it Machete or Moschetti? I have not had a chance to meet the gentleman, so I'm not entirely certain, but by the spelling of his name, it could go either way. But he is a legend in the engraving community. He's getting on up there in age. He's been doing this a long time, and that expertise certainly shows. They did two versions. They did the full dragon, and they did the koi dragon, so it had the body of a koi fish with the head of a dragon. And I think there's ones that are all koi. The full dragon, as I was told, was the rarest. The over-travel plate is actually made of Gibeon meteorite. It has the incredible hidden pocket clip, but one of the big reasons for buying this, besides the incredible engraving, is Tony's signature mirror polish on that insane blade. That's Elmax, hand-rubbed satin, and then full mirror on the primary bevel. So you'll be seeing a video on that, and there's where it matches up to my standard sigil. See, I did it again, didn't I? I friggin' did it again. Sigil in the apocalyptic finish. You guys have already seen that one. Very quickly on this, Stephen Kelly, incredible work on this scoundrel. This has been a really fun piece for me to carry. I love the action. I love the Damascus, and believe it or not, I love the size. And I typically don't go for a knife this small, under 3.5 inches, but holy shit, just absolutely incredible. One that you've not seen here, this is the Browse Blades. Oh crap, I just forgot the name of it. I'm sorry, Jason. It's not being released until around the holidays. I bought this at the Blade Show, and he really didn't even want to sell it to me. This was a one-off he did with this honeycomb pattern. This is not C-Tech. This is a titanium frame lock. It is full titanium with a custom finish. It's called the Element. There we go. It's called the Element. So look for these in a different format coming out very soon around the holidays. But there is basically a first look on video. Incredible new blade and grind by Jason, something he's never done before. New clip design, thankfully, and it is the perfect clip, and one of the very rare occasions where he's done a titanium frame lock. So there's that. What else have we not seen? Oh! Alright, so I've done a video on Jerry Moen's Blue Max. So this is the Blue Max 1. I just got the Blue Max 2 to go with it. Jerry, man, you rock. What a gorgeous set of incredibly lightweight, incredibly beautiful knives. So now I have the matching set, both of the pieces that Jerry makes. I feel very, very fortunate not only to own these knives, but to call Jerry a friend. I've had a chance to hang out with him quite a bit, go down to his shop and just kind of shoot the shit. And he's a brilliant man, and he loves to share his knowledge. So we're going to start doing some large get-togethers. We did one a few weeks back. There's only about 10 or 11 of us over at Jerry's shop, and Jerry had a chance to welcome people in and kind of show them what he does. And we just sat around, and we all brought knives, and we played around and talked about the passion that we all have for it. And got to learn quite a bit from Jerry. Well, Jerry wants to do some more of that. So, again, keep an eye on my Instagram. Anybody that lives local, I mean, you could travel. It's not like a travel-worthy thing. We're just going to have like a barbecue and a day at the shop. But, you know, within driving distance, sure. Keep an eye on my Instagram, and I'll make announcements when we're going to do the next get-together. We'll have a nice big old Texas-style barbecue hanging out back. And maybe we'll watch Jerry grind some shit. Maybe he'll teach a few guys how to grind some shit. How cool would that be? So yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. So again, keep an eye on my Instagram. I'm going to give away some of these free passes that I got. And I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited too. Like I said, I've had a chance to talk to a couple guys that are going to be there, and I can't wait to see the knives. I mean, just oh man. I just keep looking at this. Steve Randall, J.W. Randall, Alex Daniels. Oh, Jesus. Kevin Cross, Cliff Parker, Travis Payne, W.D. Peasy. Guys, this is going to be so amazing. And I can't wait to share it all with you. I can't wait to do videos when I get back of the pieces that I acquire while I'm there. I'm not going there really to buy all that much. I just piled up a bunch of expenses lately that I don't need to buy any more knives for a little bit of time. But you know me, I don't give a shit. I'm probably going to do it anyway. So until then, I hope I get a chance to meet some of you guys there at the show. If you're not going to go, at the very least, I'll see you on the next video.